it's not human. It has razor-sharp teeth and strange details. The room was...
Oh God, I just saw it.
The room...
No.
The room she was...
This isn't my kind of thing.
Hey there guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing great, and I hope you're all having a wonderful and safe Halloween, which is actually tomorrow, but the thoughts are still there, right? So today we're here with a bit of a spooky video. So, and any of you guys who have been around for a little while might remember that I had a paranormal series called I Know What I Saw, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, there's a playlist above my head. Click on it because it's actually probably the best content on my channel. So today, I wanted to continue my series of I Know What I Saw, which is just basically I'll sit down with people and they'll tell me their scariest experience with the paranormal, with ghosts, and usually I'll try to get the story that made people believe in ghosts. But with all this COVID nonsense going on, I can't go and find people to talk to. So I've reached out to a couple people, and this is going to be the small YouTubers edition of I Know What I Saw. So that, every person that I mentioned except for one person will not be a YouTuber, but every other person will, and I will leave their descriptions, I will leave their links in the description, and you can also find their names somewhere on the screen so you can look them up accordingly. Alright, so I'm going to start with a photo from a friend. So a little while ago I mentioned my friend Deb. I've got this light here and it's like dying, so we'll see how that goes. But I mentioned a little while ago I mentioned my friend Deb, who is very, very dedicated to my channel, and she has been asking me to show her photo for probably a year and a half now. And so in her photo, I asked her to give me a detail about what was going on. Like I said, can you just send me like a little blurb about what's going on in the photo?
What the hell is that?
Just wait. Alright. Okay.
God.
So I said just send me a little blurb about what's in the photo. Okay. So about 5 years ago, I was outside looking in, taking a photo of my friend's little boy. The only people that were inside were the little boy and his dad, who's wearing a blue sweater. When I took the picture, this figure wasn't there. So you see little boy, you see the dad, you see a rando right there. Alright, so I'm going to show you. So, you see a little boy, you see the blue sweater, which is his dad. If you zoom in, you see a man in the window.
And he's clearly looking at...
And he's clearly looking right...
What the hell is that?
There. So he's not actually there, but he shows up in the picture. So she has been asking me to share that photo for a long, long time. I just wasn't sure how to do it.
I was looking at this and I was like, nope. From here I was like, what is that?
Yeah, so there's a little boy with Mickey Mouse shirt.
I can't unsee that. No, take it off.
He's got glasses and everything.
Nope.
My favorite is like how like the fog right here makes it look like a little kid screaming. Do you see it?
Oh, stop it!
Oh. But yeah, she says that she doesn't know this person. She's never seen this person before, and he was not there in real life.
In the flesh.
So yeah. That. Alright, so that was the first one, and we're gonna move on. So thank you, Deb, for your submission. Alright, so next we're gonna move on to my friend Yang. So her channel is Everything with Yang, and let me find it here. I just a disclaimer, I have not read any of these. The only thing I've done is just skim to make sure that the YouTube channels are mentioned. Holy cow, it's a long one. Alright, so, ready? The first official story is from Everything with Yang, and here we go. I was just 5 years old when I saw the unusual creature. Human-like physical features of a man, tall, that had long pointed ears that shocked me. I remember he was not wearing anything. He was naked. He had a pinkish body with black circle spots around him, which I thought was just a costume. I thought he was just a man wandering around just to ask people trick or treat. Yet it wasn't Halloween yet, so that wasn't possible. being a child, I think I was wise enough to conclude that what I saw was an unusual creature and not human. Yet I realized that with my 5 years of existence on Earth, I guess I was once gifted with a third eye. I met this creature in the banana plantations, she's from Philippines, at the backyard of my grandparents' house. It was early night, 6:30 p.m., when I went out to the toilet. I used to be a very shy kid, that I even feel shy of asking even the smallest things. And I feel shy to ask my grandma to get me an arenola. Arenola is a squatting pan in American English, or chamber pot. So while squatting in the banana field, I noticed a man-like figure straight opposite of me. It stared at me. I was petrified. Its eyes were so dark that his retina was light red. I felt all the hairs on my body, or I felt all the hairs standing on my entire body like being electrified. I can't imagine have seen a monster. I think I'm not mistaken. It was really a monster. In just a blink of an eye, how it shocked me that it suddenly disappeared. Rushing inside, I ran as fast as I could. My sweat was extremely cold. I was shaking. I was feeling nervous. I was not able to tell my grandparents. I didn't know if they would ever believe me, or maybe even think that I was crazy. I went to my room feeling the fast beating of my heart, a consequence of fear of what I had just experienced. As I mentioned, it was just 6:30 p.m., but I felt it was already midnight. The monster had been lingering on my mind. I wanted to forget it at that moment, but I was disturbed from what I saw. In that moment, I did not want to be asleep because of the what ifs in my mind. What if I might see it in my dreams? What if it may appear in my room? What if it will stay beside me when I sleep? What if it will harm me or hurt me? And a lot of immature thoughts on my mind as well. When it was dinner time, my Lola, or grandma, called me because we used to eat together. I was going to the kitchen to join them for dinner until my grandma noticed that I had no appetite, although I looked really tired. I was so pale and so sick, and something was wrong. She placed her hands on my forehead, checking my temperature. She stated that I had a very high fever. Not only was I high, it seemed I was boiling. I couldn't believe I had a fever. How? Why? Maybe I was just really sick. It was just me hallucinating, as if it only existed in my imagination. I was only a child, and looking back now, I know we have lots of things going on in our minds as children, colorful imaginations that take over. So was the creature only a product of my imagination, or was it more? I used to watch horror movies as a child. Was it a product of that and my imagination? And then I realized while I was watching TV that the creature looked exactly like the Teletubbies. I've never been so sick that I've hallucinated. I don't think. But that's definitely a scary story.
That's scary. Oh.
I couldn't imagine, especially when you put yourself in the state of mind of a 5-year-old and you're like everything's so real when you're 5.
And like for something that's supposed to be like a kid's character type thing, and for that to come into your mind as something different, it kind of changes your whole...
And I'm gonna be honest, the Teletubbies still scare me, so it's fine. Alright, so next we've got a story from a channel called Twin Talk. Alright, so a while ago, maybe 4 to 5 years ago, we had a month of random occurring things happening around our house. It was always at night, except for one occasion. It started with everyone being home in the living room. We were all on our phones, etc., and we heard what sounded like a bouncy ball bouncing upstairs in one of the bedrooms. And whenever we got near the stairs, it would stop. A few days after that, we heard it happen again. This time, it was the drum set in our basement. It would stop when we got near the stairs as well. 5 days later, Len woke up and heard someone or something calling their name outside our door, which was weird because it was 3 a.m. and no one in our house would be awake. Len asked the next day if anyone was awake at 3 a.m. and everyone said no. They were all asleep. That continued to happen for the next few nights. One night, Len decided to open the door to see what it was, and nothing was there. But they heard it call out their name downstairs. Len didn't go downstairs because they didn't want to trust it. Near the end of the month, I didn't believe anything Len was telling me, and I'd brush it off until one evening. I walked past our parents' room, and I saw what I thought was Len standing near our mom's vanity. I thought they were just looking for something, so I went downstairs. When I got halfway down the stairs, I seen everyone in our house, plus Len, sitting in the living room. Even to this day, I have no idea what was in our parents' room, or what was calling out Len's name.
You know that story, don't go in the basement?
Stay out of the basement?
Stay out of the basement.
I mean, it sounds like it's just trying to get your attention, whatever it is, but it's like, you probably don't know whether it's a good or a bad thing until you play with fire.
Oh, they're cute.
So, our third story is from YouTuber William Copic. And here is what he wrote. All right.
Well, you wrote a book. You should publish it.
He's an artist. So.
Oh.
All right. I decided to spend the night alone in the family cabin deep in the woods. Bad idea. Always bad idea.
It's a really bad idea. I don't know why you would do that.
I had intended this to only be a day trip to cut firewood.
Mm-hmm.
But it was late, and I was several hours drive from my house in the city. This didn't bother me at all. It was a nice place with all the amenities, and the woods around me made for a calming place to spend the night. About halfway through the night, I woke up with a strong urge to use the washroom. It was dark, and I was a little out of it as I stumbled to the bathroom. Standing there looking through the mirror, I heard a loud thud, and that nearly knocked me to the floor. It came from directly over my head in the bathroom. I looked up at the ceiling, and it happened again. Thud. This time I noticed tiny drywall dust shake off the ceilings into my eyes. The thud was loud and seemed louder the second time. I imagined someone dropping an 80-pound bag of cement on the roof above me, as that would have been an accurate representation of the noise. Being a pragmatic individual, I decided to investigate. I looked out of the window in the bathroom, and of course it was dark. I couldn't see a thing. In the middle of the night, I didn't want to go outside, but curiosity got the better of me. Again, being a pragmatic individual, I assumed this was probably the work of an animal of some sort, as there was a small space in between the ceiling and the actual roof. I didn't see anything after a brief walk around the cabin. When I got to the back of the house, I noticed a small opening that led to the crawl space above the ceiling. It hadn't been open in years, and I forgot that it even existed. Again, being a pragmatic individual, and now determined, I raced to the shed for a ladder. Mind you, it was still dark. I acquired the ladder and went up to the small vented opening. I shone the flashlight through the grate, and it was plain that there hadn't been any activity in the attic, not for many years. The dust hadn't even been disturbed. This bothered me because I was trying to validate my rodent idea, but I couldn't find any evidence of it at all. I put everything away. During this time, I hadn't heard the noise again. However, as soon as I laid back down to go to bed, I heard a loud thud right above my head. So in response to the first one, I would have thought that somebody was in your attic, hiding,
but then to say that there's no dust disturbed.
That's what got me too. I would have been like, okay, so clearly because you live in the middle of, or because you were in the middle of the woods, clearly someone's, what do you call it when they're homeless and they just kind of stop.
Oh, when they're squatting.
Squatters, yeah. I was kind of just instantly expecting it would be like a squatter, but when you said there was no dust disturbed, and plus all the work that you apparently had to put in just to get up there, I actually...
Like, who would put themselves through that much?
Yeah, like, it's not like, they have to have a way up and down.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's... Alright, but you said you have a second one and it's much shorter, he says.
Another thing is, the only place he keeps hearing it is above his head.
Yeah.
No matter where he is, it's above his head.
Yeah, because when you're in the bathroom, it was above you, and when you're in the bedroom, it was above you. That's weird. I don't know. I don't know what to say on that one. We have another one. All right. So when I was watching Paranormal Activity for the first time at 2 a.m.
Nope.
Why would you watch that?
That's not my movie. Nope.
Will, 2 in the morning?
Nope.
Go.
Nope. I had a hard time watching it at 2 in the afternoon. Thank you.
Good golly. Okay. So when I was watching Paranormal Activity for the first time at 2 a.m. in complete darkness, as I usually do, there's a scene just at the end when a monster leaps out of the camera. You've never let me watch that scene.
Nope, I did. I've seen it once, and I was like, nope.
Yeah, like it was coming up the one time, and she covered my eyes. I'm like, what the heck? I never got to see what. And she's like, exactly. It's like, okay. Anyway.
That was a scary face you just made there. I didn't like that. Talking about all this ghost stuff, I'm like,
okay, so there's a scene just at the end when a monster leaps out of the camera. Just as the scene ended and I jumped, like I was meant to, the screen went dark. Everything went dark. The power shut off. This was before the age of smartphones and didn't have a flashlight or any information at hand. I didn't even realize the power had failed for a while. As I was sitting in the dark anyway. Just all of a sudden, nothing worked. Scariest 10 minutes ever until the lights came back on. Well, yeah, because you don't watch movies like that at 2 a.m. by yourself in the middle of the night. In the dark.
well, you need a 2 a.m. friend to watch those types of movies.
I think it's probably just a coincidence. But
like a 2 a.m. planned power outage or something.
But, I mean, that's still scary.
Yep. No thanks.
Alright, so this one, I asked her for her YouTube channel. Her YouTube channel is, I'm sorry if I butcher this, but it's either Tonya or Tanya Elkins. So, she's got a photo, so I'll show you that after. Alright. Hi Michelle, so I'm sending you this picture of what I say is a demonic being. I promise you this picture is 100% real, although I wasn't physically there at the time. I was the first to notice it. If you want one of my personal stories, I have plenty, but this picture is the craziest thing I've ever seen. Here's the backstory. In this photo is my baby sister. I think she might have been around 14 at the time. She was using her webcam to snap a series of pics back to back of her new haircut. That's all it was. I was at my house watching her post them one after the other, and they were all normal. But the third photo was this one. The only person home with her was our mom, who was in a different room. My sister didn't see this when she took it or posted it, but since I was basically watching her from my house post them back to back, I saw it and I was like, what is that? She swears no one was there, and when you dissect the photo, you can actually see it's not human. It has razor sharp teeth and strange details. The room was...
Oh God, I just saw it.
The room...
No.
The room she was
This isn't my kind of thing.
The room she was in is her bedroom, and that room is the place we've heard growling. She's been scratched. We've had uneasy feelings in there, and their dog refuses to go in there. Needless to say, she switched bedrooms, and I've had experiences my entire life. Since I'm Native American, I was told that I'm a sensitive, so I experience more than most. My mom and sister are not Native Americans because it's my dad who is, and we don't have the same dad. Either way, this is the biggest physical proof we've ever had to show people we aren't crazy. And I warn you, this photo...
I'm not looking at that again.
This photo is really creepy. So...
Oh God, no.
I'm assuming that since she sent me this photo, it's okay to show the camera. So...
I mean, it's a picture. No, picture that's already on social media. I'm assuming because she was posting it.
Okay, so we've got, here we go. So we've got the sister who's they're saying was about 14, and then behind her here we've got this fun-looking character that I'm not seeing the fang teeth that she was talking about, but I definitely.
But also, it's probably a different.
Okay, I do see there's like a shadow there.
No thank you.
Oh, okay, yep. As I zoom in, I'm seeing them.
Nope. I saw enough. All I had to see was the shadow. I'm gonna see this in the replay.
If you look really closely inside her mouth.
Oh my God, I just saw it.
You can see the fangs. Okay, I see
That's
it.
not right.
That's like terrifying, and I would have switched bedrooms too.
I would have switched houses.
Actually,
I would have burnt that down.
Actually, I always kind of think about that because I had a lot of experiences in like almost every bedroom I've ever had.
It was in your bedroom, not mine.
I've always had experiences in pretty much every bedroom I've ever had. I think that the bedroom that I have in the house I have now, I think that's the only bedroom I've ever been comfortable sleeping in by myself.
Yeah. You slept
Like-
with her mom for a long time when you were little.
Well, yeah, like when
Your
we
bedroom was like
when we moved.
awful.
So like it's scary to see this picture because I'm like, what if I would have been just snapping photos and caught whatever it was that scared me?
It's
Like,
not on there still.
no,
is
it's
it?
gone.
Good.
But yeah, so those are the stories I have. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Again, check out those YouTubers that I've mentioned. I do believe that was all. I'm gonna double check just to make sure because I don't want to skip anybody or miss anybody.
Oh gosh.
Tanya, your photos sketching my sister.
It is freaky.
So yes, thank you guys for submitting your stories.
Yeah, thanks.
She's not as thankful as it's Halloween. We have to at least try to do something scary. My light just died. Yes, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you want me to do another one sometime, make sure you leave a like in the comments. No, that's not how that works. Okay. Just like in the comments.
Oh yeah?
Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please remember to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys next week with another video. Bye.
A happier one.